Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama.
Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Oh my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Oh.
Oh, my Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda. Hare Krishna. Krishna. Krishna.
Hare
Oh, my
Krishna,
Lord,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna. Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna. Krishna. Krishna. Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, 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 Hare.
Krishna. 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Jai
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Oh,
Krishna,
my Lord Sri Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. For those who are just joining here on another platform, this is chanting his name Krishna. In this mantra will take away all anxieties and fear. It's a meditation, chanting meditation, very easy, very wonderful. Yeah, put you in this blissful, ecstatic state, cleanses the heart, feel your heart, feel free of anxieties, weakness, unhappiness. Yeah, so try it out. So we'll be broadcasting every day and we'll give some more teaching about this. And it's very simple. Anybody can do it. Just repeat this name, Krishna, Krishna. Little demonstration here. Brings you into ecstatic states with very shamanistic, very elevated levels of consciousness that people don't just see every day. It's Krishna, Krishna. So we'll be teaching more about this. So you can just chant the name or just hear the name, just follow along and see what happens, see how you feel. It's for everybody and anyone and everyone can take this up. Very simple process, non-religious. It's only spirit-filled. Krishna, 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 Krishna. He makes you very happy. Krishna bubbles up inside. Maybe the depths of you. You know, you never knew you had such depths, and then this happiness bubbles up. Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna,
Some other mantras.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Gauranga,
Krishna.
Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, 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 Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda.
Yeah, spontaneous laughter comes sometimes if you haven't noticed. Yeah, all these unusual symptoms that make you feel really good and happy. So don't be shocked. Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda. Just sit back,
Nityananda,
relax.
Nityananda,
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 Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda.
Okay, sit back and then you fall over. I'm on a ball. Bouncing ball. Nityananda, Nityananda. Okay, well, thank you for listening over there. We'll come back. We'll be back over here. Nityananda, Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Let's see here. Where were we here? Prayers by the demigods for Lord Krishna in the moon. Chapter 2, 10th Canto. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate
Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Text number 1. Sukadev Goswami said, under the protection of Magdharaj Jarasandha, the powerful Kamsa began persecuting the kings of the Yadu dynasty. In this way, he had the cooperation of demons like Pralamba, Baka, Chanura, Trinavarta, Agasura, Mustika, Arista, Divija, and on, Putana, Keshi, Denuka, Banasura, Narakasura, and many other demoniac kings on the surface of the earth. Yeah, you notice how these demons, this actually, this was going on externally on the planet. See, we learn first by external. That's the idea. You do devotional service and practice. You learn by doing externally first. Everything, you 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 use the ghee wicks. You worship the deity out there externally. Everything's externalized. See, that's the first level in the material level. They call that materialistic worship. Materialistic Vaishnava, ever heard that term? Stuff like that. See, material. See, so even this take over the world was external first, but this also represents an internal battle. See, an internal battle. These demons, like Putana, see, they want to take down the good in us, in all people. See? So they did this. They're good people that live more predominantly good in the mode of goodness. See, Bhagavad Gita talks about the mode of goodness. People that are predominated by that mode on this planet, right? A lot of them were kings. See? They were kings. And so this mode of passion and ignorance externally were these other kings. They were more in the background. And they're more demoniac. That's the demoniac is more in the background. It's more down. See, down. Hell is considered like down. Passion and ignorance is down. Goodness is more up. See? Well, they started to come up. See, they started to craftily get together and gang up on the good. See, and they actually became more powerful because they ganged up. And the other kings were a little bit lazy, just kind of like now. It's the same kind of thing. It's always a repeat, rerun. Maya is just full of reruns. See? They got lazy. Even the kings, when the kings that were good kings, pious kings, were liberated eventually by Lord Krishna. You see, Lord Krishna always wins. He's the one who liberator. You notice that? The liberator? Oh, who's liberating us now? Ooh, Krishna's name. Isn't that amazing? That's why I feel very happy. Hey, man, everybody, come take shelter of the name. Have Krishna liberate us. He's liberating me, man. Let me show you what it looks like. You're happier than you ever were before. Isn't that nice? Be happy. Oh, look at this. All these kings, the Klaus Schwab's, the king, he's like a king over there, a World Economic Forum. And you got all the kings, all the countries now, they're all kind of band together, to give trouble to the good people because now they want anything that's a lie to be the truth. They want to the demons want to make the lie the truth. See, that's what they do. That's how they are. The lie, the deeper lie is the truth to them. I mean, they want to make it so. They know it's not really the truth, but that's what they're rolling now. They want to make the lie. You're not a boy anymore. You're a girl, or you're not a boy. You're not whatever they narrative they want. Oh, we're gods. We control the narrative. Now, isn't that what censorship? Oh yeah, take this poison in your body. This is very good for you. And don't anybody say anything bad about it. Otherwise, we'll destroy you. We'll take your job away. We'll do all. Isn't it? I mean, isn't that what's going on? See? The bad becomes the good. They want to promote that. Good people, they just, hey, what's going on here? What happened? You got a little bit lazy, see? And you forgot where it's all coming from. See, that's those kings back in 10th canto here. When Krishna liberated them, they said, oh, this was very good for us to spend a little time in prison and lockdown. That was they were locked down in jail for a couple of years or something. Oh, this was very good for us because then we got our priorities straight. Then we started to call out to you and realize, hey, we were just enjoying in the world and relaxing because of our sacrifices we've done and our previous austerities and this. And now we could just kick back and we forgot about you. And then we realized we really do need you. Isn't that what's happening now? Don't a lot of people, even good people, aren't they praying incessantly now like Jesus said to do? Oh boy, are they praying. See? Whether you're a Muslim, a Vaishnava, or a Christian, or whatever you are, or just a regular person in this world that thought, well, I don't really need God, everything is cool. People are turning now. People are turning. Even the Illuminatis also, they're starting to see what they've created. Some of them are turning. See? Because it's all rigged, man. It's all planned out for our benefit. Doesn't Father know best? You ever see that television series, Father Knows Best? Well, we're inside the body of God. That's the truth. Body of Krishna. He knows best. He knows that this is not a place for a gentleman. Prabhupada used to say, the material world is not a place for a gentleman or a woman or transgender. We don't leave you out. Or a homo. Doesn't matter. It's not a place for you guys. It's not a place for anybody, really. It's just miseries, birth, death, old age, diseases, all of them. See, so the kings turn to Krishna. See? We now in this age of Kali, the Lord says, "Well, I already was here in the Dwarka time, in the Dwarka, as Krishna, and I came again in Kali to give you the name. I left my name then. I left my name again because you started to forget." I made things more clear that this is the most feasible way of deliverance is chanting the holy names, especially in association of devotees, and especially if you got sufficient brain substance, not just in, like practicing devotees who don't have much spiritual awakening or taste, in the most ecstatic ones you can find. And I think they're only around here in these parts. Or will you be liberated? You'll be broken out of jail. Even though your body may be in jail, you'll be out of jail. Your spirit will be free. That's the jail. See, that's the demons now. The demons inside, they're all keeping your spirit in jail. That's what they do. Even the good ones, the good and the bad spirits, keep your spirit in jail. What, good spirits? How could that be? Yeah, good spirits. Yeah, the good ones. Because the good ones are only materially good, subtly or gross. Therefore, they speculate. They still don't know. Just like, our little friend here. Thank you for your reaching, by the way. Our little friend here, she's so good. Such a good person. Won't kill an ant. But her spirit is still in prison because of speculations of the demigod types. We're here to liberate even them. Isn't that nice? The good and the bad and the ugly. If you're ugly out there, you can come too. Yeah. See, even good people, even vegetarians and vegans, even those who do fasts, and they're still in prison until Krishna and actually Radha or Lord Caitanya who are them, those two, liberate them. See, until you get deep attraction for the holy name, not just Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and then I finish my rounds. That's good. See, that's goodness. You're doing devotional service in the mode of goodness. Kapila Dev taught this in Srimad Bhagavatam. There's devotional service you can do in three modes of nature, even in ignorance. You can ignorantly do devotional service, and then you go, "Rah, rah, rah, rah," you hate your brothers and sisters, and then go, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You can do it like that. A little more passionately, you're really always, you can't stop, you go, Hare Krishna. You ever see some of those devotees? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. 1 hour, round's done. Yeah, the mode of goodness also. Hare, nice and peacefully, Hare Krishna. You ever see the Brahmin types? They sit there with their chest up. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Or peacefully, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So the whole thing they've done very peacefully and quietly. Hare Krishna. At the end, the beginning of the round is like this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The end of the round, they're 2 hours. Hare Krishna. Nothing's really changed. But they did their duty. That's the Brahman mode of goodness. That's not good enough to be delivered. We're here to teach the next level of Krishna consciousness. This is where you chant. See? And Krishna, the real Krishna comes. You know the Krishna that was in Dwarka, who came and liberated those kings in jail? You're still in jail in the mode of goodness. He came and broke them out of jail. See? He came in his transcendental form. See? But you need a special thing in order to see that form, perceive that form. You must be born again. You must be born again. Da 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 da. You must be born again to see that transcendental form. To see how important, to perceive how important this name is, how beautiful this name is, how powerful this name is, how purifying this name is. And you can't help but smile and cry and laugh and choke up and become eternally indebted and grateful to the holy name of Krishna. And the good news is you come here and very quickly you'll be like Shamagori and you relish the name. Thank you for your gift, by the way. Merry Christmas. Thank you. May have to give you a return gift. Bliss, ecstasy. Hope that's good enough.
You don't owe me nothing. I owe you. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing? I love this. I love these words of the absolute truth in the Bhagavatam. I just love repeating them over and over again. I love tasting them, relishing them. Oh, what transcendental happiness there is in truth. Yeah. How liberating. Isn't it nice these stories tell you how to easily be liberated? You come here and your heart will fill more and more with attraction and love for this name. And then you'll have an eternal companion of the name, which is not different than Krishna. You'll be like Narada Muni, wherever you go in the universe, even though he doesn't see Krishna per se, but he feels Krishna's presence. He opens his mouth, Hare Krishna, and he's with his Lord. He's doing eternal devotional service because Lord Krishna is so attractive. And he just says, Narayana, Krishna, with his Lord, perfect fulfillment and happiness. Is that good enough for everybody out there? Oh, what more can you want? And everything, seek the kingdom of God. See, this is the explanation of what it is to seek and find. Seek and ye shall find. This is it. There's no greater place than this. There's no greater pearl of great price. Is to open your mouth and Hare Krishna. And you and the Lord are chanting in ecstatic love together forever. And the kings, those kings, demon kings, and even the good kings, they're conquered. And the demons and the demigods worship such beings. Because they know in their heart of hearts, polluted as it may be, they know that that person is their well-wisher. Yeah, see, that's the easy way to overcome all these kings. Come into Sadhu Sangha, chant these names with us, or hear these names with us. Hear this philosophy and these truths about the way life really is, as it really is. Beyond the illusions created by the demons and the demigods, speculations. There's all one big speculation. See? Overcome speculation by how your guru has overcome speculation, your teacher, whatever you want to call this guy, shaman, teacher, crazy guy. Overcome this way. Okay? Chant the holy name, overcome all the speculation because you don't need it anymore. All you need to do is taste the names of the absolute truth that comes from the Lord's absolute devotees, from their mouths and their writings. Just taste that. And that taste is everything. It's everything to Krishna and everything to Krishna's most confidential devotees. That's why they're the mouthpieces for that Lord here when they get the order. I got the order to tell you guys all these things. I was in the closet relishing this stuff for a long time. And then, it just started people coming and it says, Prabhupada says, my approval, you teach make other relishers. Bring forth Chaitanya Leela's teachings. The Lord Chaitanya, he's the spiritual master of the universe. I'm just his assistant to help him and Nityananda and all the devotees who came here so that they don't wait, their time was not wasted just liberating a few million back then. Why should they come for just a small amount of liberating people? Now we need to do at least millions more, don't we? To make it fruitful, their descent here. So we need a lot of team players, man. Come on, get on the field, everybody. Let's go, man. Let's play ball and win the hearts of demons and demigods. Anybody? Gadadhar became so bold. Gadadhar Pandit, he went to the Kazi and he said, Kazi, you should be chanting Hare Krishna. Converted him. Yeah, okay, we'll make Paradas. You could be referee. You call the shots, man. Oh, there we go. Here she is.
Oh, Riva.
Well, everybody's going to be, I can't wait to go see River Yamuna. I can't wait to go see. She's gonna be the most popular girl around. We can't wait to see River Yamuna, man. You watch, you mark my words. And Freddie will say, I think I want to take a trip to see River Yamuna and that other guy over there, Karuna. I think I want to take a trip to see them. And Freddie, even Johan will start thinking, hey man, I'm booking my ticket to see River Yamuna and Karuna. They're getting so attractive.
Yeah, Maharaj, is it all right if I say Maharaj? Can you hear me, Maharaj? Maharaj can't
I can't
hear
hear you. Go ahead, say something.
I remember when there was like a 5-month period. Can you hear me now?
Oh, are you muted? Oh, it's me. It's me. Just a second. Okay, it's me. Just a second. Just a second. Go ahead.
There was like a 5-month period where I didn't sleep at all. I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep for 5 months. And I used to listen to this guy called Paul Santini. He was recently awoken. He just had a huge awakening, you know. So I used to meditate on so many people coming into my life. All of these people were coming. I didn't really know about the juice, the realness of it all, you know, the quality of devotees. I used to meditate. I just, why are people going to be coming, you know, because of me? Nobody really likes me. But anyway, Maharaj, it's true. They're coming for you. They're coming for this path. And they're coming for this path. They're coming to realize absolute truth, their ultimate goal, you know. So yeah, they can keep coming. I'm not so bothered about my house, Maharaj. Sorry. You said they can come. But yes, even that time of not being able to sleep, it was okay. You know, everything on this journey with you, everything is okay. I love that word, okay. You know, I really do, because it is. It turns out always to be okay. So yeah, I'm very funny and enjoyable. As we can learn how to please the Lord here, you know, and as we please the Lord, we please ourselves, because the Lord pleases us so deeply. You know, nothing else that we can do can please us actually like this pleasure we receive from the Lord, and it's happening here. However much I have, oh my God, what the devotees have, wow. And I'm always going to go on about this now. The spiritual family is really building really tight. And those words that you said about, you know, how we love God is shown by how we love each other. Now that for me is a huge challenge, you know, to really build that, to really have that here upon the earth for us, you know, and for others who want it, because we want it. We want this so much, you know. So yeah, thank you, Maharaj. Thank you. Thanks, Shama. And devotees. Even, you know, we've just been through an experience that had just questioned our feelings. I'm not going into the experience, but going deeper into how we're feeling about it and what it's bringing up for us. Teamwork between me and Karuna, and him actually listening, because he's not, and me too. We're not invincible like we think we are. We're not above We're not above you, Maharaj. We're not above absolute truth. We receive it, and we've been able to work. We've been able to, admit we're admitting things and working together. So slowly but surely, Maharaj. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, the demons are overcome inside. The demons, that conditioning and all that stuff, they were the kings of our lives, and they cause us to be in the Kali Yuga of being miserable and making other people miserable. And they're just kings. They've been king of our lives. And you see, Krishna's name and Radha's feelings, this love of God that's being given as a gift through our sangha. See, you're not just starting from the platform of attraction by Bhakti Lata Bij being given, is conquering all these kings in a way. And that's why I say it's going to get better, because the kings are being conquered by Krishna, just like the story's telling. The story is not just a story for nothing. It's trying to teach people the path of how we can overcome these kings over our lives, externally and internally. The kings, they create problems, and that's the idea. Say the way the New World Order now wants to create fear in people so they can control them. That's Maya. That's what she does. That's her game. See? So she's doing it by the word. The words being pumped out and controlling perception, making you believe that something is going on that actually isn't. It's like a hypnosis. See? And so it's creating a reality of fearfulness and anxiety, and then they come in with solutions. And the solutions are not good. The solutions are, like they full of limitations, full of being controlled. So that's what illusion does. That's why this is no place for a gentleman. It's not something you can judge. Say, oh, it's this. They shouldn't do this and that. Well, hey, that's what they do. Demons are like that. They want control and power. The Lord is using them by the external potency. See? And the demigods naturally speculate, and so, but the path, the narrow gate, is the teacher who has overcome that, see, or pretty much overcome that, or in a far degree, overcome that. See? And so that's what we're teaching here, is how to overcome that by the grace of the names of God. See, it's they're very practical, and that. So those demons out there are also inside. Can you imagine trying to conquer this without this path, without this kind of association? You got demons out there. You got demons inside. You have no hope. Your spirit's locked up. You don't even know what it is. We need to save. The bona fide spiritual master is a savior. And if anybody has problem with that, well, then you're in the wrong place. Then don't come here to be saved. We're here to save people. And you need a savior if you don't know what your spirit is. Spirit ain't new age. It ain't vegan. Your spirit ain't vegan. Spirit ain't vegan. It's not a meat eater. It's none of that. But people don't know. They think, no, I'm a vegan and vegetarian. That's spiritual. No, that ain't spiritual. Oh, I'm into astrology. That's spiritual. No, that ain't spiritual either. You don't know their spirit. See, that's why you want to be saved from that. You take shelter of your veganism, your astrology, and all of your other teachings that you believe is going to save you, and see. Do it for another lifetime if you have to, or 10 lifetimes, and see you're still locked in this universe. But the devotees, this devotional path, we're unlocked. We're free, even here, free. This is freedom. Free in the Word. The Word is God, and the Word ain't a speculative God. The Word ain't a demigod. Demigods are below the real God. Lord Caitanya is Mahaprabhu, Maha God, the ultimate God, the God of all gods. Jesus is related to that God. See? Because it's part of that family. Allah, God, the true God is God. He's the head. Krishna, Lord Caitanya, Mahaprabhu. Ooh, Mahaprabhu. Ooh.
Just, just like you are the head of our Sangha. It's the same. It's the
Don't
same.
everybody forget. Actually, it's a more of a we thing. I only can take half credit because I can only do this with my partner. And you guys are our partners too. We're all partnering. You know, the Christians, they go, hey, you got to want to be our partner, but they just want your money. You know, they just you can be a partner, but you got to give it. No, you want to be a partner, you come here and participate. Come online, do some Facebook lives. I
So
don't
it's
care. Write on some nice things like Amy on the chat. Give us some encouragement. Whatever it is. Talk to the devotees. Yeah. We have a lot of ways you can become partners here, and if you want to give money, you can too. That's always good. I'm just throwing it in the Bitcoin, and it's great, man. It's this is the best time. This is gonna be in a few years. We're all going to be very happy. I mean, if it's still the way it is, I don't know. God may come in and change everything. Say, hey, you don't need anything anymore. You, I'm going to be your Benedict. Who knows how he's going to play it? So isn't it exciting? What an exciting time to be here, man. We're very fortunate. All these things going, on. They got. You look at what's going on in the world. It's perfect. All these things here, we can see what's going on in every part of the world. At least if you got to dig sometimes, because the powers that be, they want to censor everything. But still, there's ways to get in and see what's going on in the world. And you see everything is more and more turmoils and all that stuff. See, so that's all because people need a liberator. See, this is in a sense good. This crisis is good for our turning to God.
yeah.
A lot of Chinese people, oh, they're really getting it now. You notice they locked down. They got the QR code thing. If they get a yellow or a red, they can't. They're walking down. They have no transportation because they got a yellow code, and they got to carry their baggage to wherever they're going. They can't get on any transportation. So what's that going to do for them? It's eventually they thought you could just be materialistic. A lot of Chinese people are a bit materialistic. Japanese also, as far as I've seen. This will turn you back to God, man. When things get really tough, and then when you come back to the Lord, then you find the real pieces in that. You really, whatever lockdown, not lockdown. Then there's no need for this. You think Maya is in charge. Maya is a servant of the Lord. Lucifer, you want to call Lucifer, Shiva, Maya, it's the same. Is a servant of the Lord. All these obstacles are servants of the Lord. And all she or he, whatever you want to consider, they're actually also a twin divinity type thing. All they want is us to turn back to the Lord. That's their job, really, is to get the living entities to let go of them and hold on to the true Lord. That's it, man. Because all I know in my experience, there's nothing like this, Lord. This is full freedom, and it's so simple. He's so easy to carry, very lightweight. Yeah. He gives a dunda, man. Look at what a great dunda, man. It's just so light, for preaching purposes. Like the idea, you get a dunda in the Hare Krishna movement for preaching purposes. Don't think these guys are usually, the renounced. Forget it, man. They're eating pizza and flying and living the high life, man. Swiss bank accounts, God knows what. Not all of them. I'm sure some of them are it doesn't matter. It's still heavy. See, but here, the Lord, see, for preaching purposes, we get this. Little wiggles sometimes, like does a little dance. Yeah. So lightweight. Everything's lightweight and connected. You notice this dunda is connected. Their dundas are still, there's the dunda and then there's the hand on the dunda. This one's connected to the whole body. And I mean whole body, not just this one. No. The real body. So you get everything here. all in one solution. It's fantastic. Yeah. Okay. I was just rambling man, rambling along. It's almost like Prabhupada used to talk about prajalpa. It's like prajalpa with a purpose. Matter of fact, that's a devotional quality. In Vrindavan, the gopis, they talk a lot, but they're all talking about Krishna, and each other. So it's perfect. Hey, if you got Pajalpa here is here you're talking about nonsense, things that are in the past that don't exist anymore, and they don't have any power, no energy. All they do is put you in some dream of the past. You become like very old, like old people. They think, oh, it was like That's why you see, I feel like I'm 14 years old, man. Yeah, because I also do prajalpa, but it's the right kind of prajalpa. It's first class prajalpa. Yeah, it's just chit chat about God, about truth. We can pepper in a little illusion there, how it relates to the truth, stuff like that. Make it clear. Okay. Hey, River, you ready to read a little bit?
Yeah, Maharaj, what are you reading?
Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, 10th canto, and I'm going to go to another chapter. We did the whole chapter in essence.
Okay.
Let's go to something more fun.
I'm leaving, but still listening.
Okay,
See you later.
You're
See you
welcome.
later. I'm still listening. Bye.
Yes. Bye-bye. Yeah. Chapter 60. Lord Krishna teases Rukmini.
Okay. Chapter 60. Canto 10. Where are you doing?
Yeah. So I'm still here. I'm just moving around a little bit, listening.
Okay. Okay. I'm just not upstairs today, so Canto 10. Chapter 60. Did you hear that? Chapter 60s.
Krishna.
Tom will know. Did he say 60, Tom?
Yes, 60. 60.
Thank you, Maharaj. Lord Krishna teases Queen Rukmini. Okay.
We got a good question. Let me answer that question. Yeah. What snakes with gems on their hoods? That's very interesting, actually. Prabhupada used to say the Vedas are like jewels on the head of a serpent. If you're not qualified to teach, because if you speculate on these concepts, you can use them to control people, manipulate them, mislead them, and that's not a very nice thing to do. But most people do because they don't understand the essence of the Vedas, the heart of them. But the thing is, when the snakes get knowledge, snakes are in the lower modes of nature. They're demons who have a crafty intelligence. See, and they lie, and they have no what do you call it? Just like they have no compassion, they have no empathy, no feeling of like connection beyond their own families. See, so when those persons get some kind of knowledge, could be material, could even be spirit knowledge, to like esoteric knowledge, like occult knowledge, that's what's going on now. It's like jewels on the head of a serpent. See, these are gems that give people power, but they're corrupted. That power is corrupted because of their nature. See, so that's why it's taught in the Vedas not to teach the Vedas to Sudra, to low class people generally. I mean, but that's this is another thing, but that's the idea. To people that are doesn't mean Sudras are bad people, or just matter of fact, the Brahmins are in this Kali Yuga. Everything's screwed up. Anyway, that's the idea is having knowledge, occult knowledge of manifestations and how to control things, and it's like magic, witchcraft, stuff like that, is like having a jewel. When you're a corrupted person, when you're corrupted by these things, and your consciousness becomes dark, see, and you become unsympathetic and empathetic and all this. So that's the idea. Okay, go ahead there, River.
Okay. Okay. Next one. Sri Badarani said, once in the company of her maidservants, Queen Rukmini was personally serving her husband, the spiritual master of the universe, by fanning him as he relaxed on her bed. The unborn personality of God, the supreme control, who creates, maintains, and then devours this universe simply as his play, took birth among the Yadus to preserve his own laws. Queen Rukmini's quarters were extremely beautiful, boasting a canopy hung with brilliant strings of pearls, as well as effulgent jewels, simply as lamps. Garlands of jasmine and other flowers hung here and there, attracting swarms of hummingbees. And the spotless rays of the moon shone through the holes of the lattice window. As I grew, incense drifted out of the window holes. My dear king, the breeze wafting the scent of the Parijata, Parijata grove, carried the moon of a garden into the room. There the queen served her husband, the supreme lord of all worlds, as he reclined upon an opulent pillow on her bed, which was as soft as white and as a okay. No. There the queen served her husband, the Supreme Lord of all the world, as he reclined upon an opulent pillow on her bed, which was as soft as white as the foam of milk. From her maidservant's hands, Goddess Rukmini took a yak hair fan with a jeweled handle, and then she began to worship her master by fanning him. Her hand adorned with rings, bangles, and the chamara fan, Queen Rukmini looked resplendent, standing near Lord Krishna. Her jeweled ankle bells tinkled, and her necklace glittered, reddened by the kunkuma from her breasts, which were covered by the end of her sari. On her hips she wore a priceless belt. As he contemplated her, the goddess of fortune herself, who desires only him, Lord Krishna smiled. The Lord assumes various forms to enact his pastimes, and he was pleased that the form the goddess of fortune had assumed was just suitable for her to serve as his consort. Her charming face was adorned with curling hair, earrings, a locket on her neck, and the nectar of her bright, happy smile. The Lord then spoke to her as follows. The Supreme Lord said, "My dear princess, you were sought after by many kings as powerful as the rulers of the planets. They were all abundantly endowed with political influence, wealth, beauty, generosity, and physical strength. I'm just going to read that one again. The Supreme Lord said, "My dear princess, you were sought after by many kings as powerful as the rulers of the planets. They were all abundantly endowed with political influence, wealth, beauty, generosity, and physical strength. Since your brother and father offered you to them, why do you reject the king of Sidi, and all those other suitors who stood before you, maddened by Cupid? Why instead did you choose us? Who are you? Who are you not at all your equal? Who are not at all your equals? Who? Oh, okay. Since your brothers and fathers offered to you, since your brother and father offered you to them, why did you reject the king of Sidi and all those other suitors who stood before you, maddened by Cupid? Why instead did you choose us who are not at all your equal? Terrified by these kings, O lovely brown one, we took shelter in the ocean. We have become enemies of powerful men, and we are practically abandoned. We practically abandoned our royal throne. Oh,
Abandon what?
One's royal throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fine brown lady. Women are usually destined to suffer when they stay with men whose behavior is uncertain and who pursue a path not approved by society. Oh, fine brown lady. Women are usually destined to suffer when they stay with men whose behavior is uncertain and who pursue a path not approved by society.
Isn't that the way it is? Isn't that, people, what we're doing, our path is not really approved by society, not even religion, because this is where religion is abandoned, and therefore Krishna's like testing with me, saying, "Well, you have so many other suitors out there. These are suitors of these other teachers and teachings, and maybe demigod types, and charismatic people and all that. Why are you messing here? The same thing here. Anybody coming here, usually your the other suitors, your gurus out there, they're like your suitor, your husbands. They want your attention. They want your worship. They want your yeah, they want all that. So they want to keep you engaged. They want you to listen to them. Okay? And why, so it's a kind of a similar thing, but you're showing up here is you're obviously seeing something. That's why like Jesus said, I'm here to teach those who are taught by God. Okay? In other words, something in your heart is showing you that it is different. It is actually, there is a higher level of approval here that religion may not. Religion thinks, oh, you guys are not following strictly rules, regulation, therefore this is irreligious, and therefore it's not good. Okay? So Krishna was like that. Krishna was a person. He was hard to understand. His behavior was spontaneous and uncertain. Nobody knew exactly how he was going to act. You know? Whereas people in society, they're more controlled. They think before what they do something or act, right? That's the mode of goodness. So, mode of goodness is recognized as this is a good thing. The devotees and the Lord have a spontaneous nature. You don't quite understand. You can't control it. It's uncontrollable. It's like a young lion, just can't, can't control it. So he's saying, Rukmini, you have so many other opulences. See, there's so many opulences in this world. Why are you interested in the opulences of a particular teacher that is not really approved by religion? Like, you think ISKCON approves what we're doing? I couldn't give a class in ISKCON. You think Gaudiya Samiti would approve of what I'm doing? Yeah. There's no approval there. But you guys are approving. Why aren't you going to them? Why don't you go to one of these illustrious Narayan Raj gurus? Why don't you go to Radhanath? I mean, look, he's so humble and he's got so many people, followers following him. What are you doing here? Same idea. Go ahead. Hey, sorry. Tom's turn to read.
Okay. Maharaj, when you can, you don't have to do it now. You could just talk about coming into line by actually, Guru Tattva and being your student in a relationship. Guru Tattva, talk about instead of just coming in as a friend. I'm just your friend.
Oh yeah.
If you could just speak
about is somebody trying to do that, you think? Or
yeah, I'm not gonna.
Okay, you don't have to say. All right, yeah. I tried that one already. I had people doing that. They want to come on as equals without the purification. Never worked. Okay? So that's why Guru Tattva is there. Guru Tattva shows you the path. You got to come to the point. That's why I don't want any blind belief that I'm acting as a guru. That where you're gonna take a submissive stance. You got to come in here and see if it sounds reasonable to you. But if you come in with a preconceived idea and say, I don't even care what that says, my mind is saying I just want to be a friend and all that. And so what happens is you don't even get on the path. You're holding your speculations until something gets you more softened up and open to listening, objectively. What's this Tom text?
Anyway, sorry, Mark, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So to listen objectively and see the logic and the reason, and to observe carefully what others are getting that do understand the importance of submissive hearing, because that's the path. If you don't have submissive hearing, you're not on the path yet. Not really. I mean, you could be on the path to trying to find out if this is your path, but this is where it begins. This is where Mars Prikshit This is where Maharaj Parikshit began. He sat down and he listened to Sukadeva Goswami. Yeah? This is the way it always starts like that. Yeah. So if you hear long enough, you'll see, oh, okay, I see, I got to be a student. I mean, it's like you go to college, you got a college professor. You don't go in there and say, I just want to be your friend. I'm not here to learn. Hey, if it doesn't work like that either, why would it work on this level, which is the greatest of all knowledge of everything? The spiritual master is not an ordinary person. They are specially empowered by God. I'm saying come here and with an open mind and see if that's true or not. See if that power isn't awakening others to a very high level of awareness, spirit awareness, spiritual awareness called love of God, love of Krishna. And if that's so, then this is the path. If you will listen, if you just come and think, I know, I still just want to be a friend. Well, you can't be my friend unless you're purified. I'm sorry, because you have to have spiritual qualities to be a real friend. It's like trying to say, I want to be a friend of Krishna. I'm a friend of Krishna. Oh, really? Do you have spiritual qualities? Do you have the same nature as Krishna? Because birds of a feather flock together. To have a friend, a movie star, you got to be a movie star usually, right? Movie stars, they have their own, they're just got their own cliques. So spirit, even more so, so Krishna is only attracted to devotees who have devotional qualities like him. He's only attracted to those. And devotees are only attracted to Krishna or God who has devotional qualities and devotees in this world who have devotional qualities. Otherwise, you're just lucky you get some contact with somebody like that that's going to spend some time to make you into a devotee. That where you learn, you come, when you study under a master, right? You go to be a Zen master, what they call master. You learn, go there to learn, right? You don't go there to teach the teacher, what is this? Ridiculous. So that's what I would say. You can't be a devotee's friend who has spiritual qualities. How can there? It's like you're trying to. That's kind of a rasa basa, incompatible mellows. Here, the devotee is relishing spiritual mellows, and you only relish mundane mellows. How attractive that is that to the devotee, and how attracted are you really to that person? Because you're not really attracted to them, because you're only attracted to your image of them. All you could see is an image. You can't. It's like those who have real love of God. It's like verse in chapter 23 of Madhya Lila. Not even the greatest scholars can understand the emotional state, the mind, the plans, the mentality of a person who has prema, love of God, prema ras. So one person's going to come here and they're going to understand my real mind and my real heart. It would not be possible. So that's what I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Text 14.
Tell me later in the private chat who it is.
Okay. It's text 14, Tom.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. We have no material possessions, and we are dear to those who similarly have nothing. Therefore, O slender one, the wealthy hardly ever worships me. The wealthy hardly ever worships me. Hari Hari. Wow. Marriage and friendship are proper between two people who are equal in
Yeah.
terms.
Why is it the wealthy hardly ever worship Krishna there, Tom?
Because they are focused on the material level.
See, they're attracted to material opulence. Krishna is spiritual opulence. Okay? People can't recognize it. So Krishna is more dear to those who are distressed. That's why you see the world is being put under distress and duress now. Okay, like poor people, even rich people. You know, even in China, even rich people are having problems. Even rich people, they want to get out of China and they can't take their money out. And they see, because and they're so attached to their money, they won't go without it. And so the government keeps them on a string like that. They're not like renounced people, like who could, if they have to, they'll just leave, you know. Or a person attracted to God. But these people, they won't even leave their country because their money is there. It's like a person, the ship is sinking, and they won't get off the ship because they got all their belongings there.
Yeah.
They go down with their belongings. This is the world. It's a crazy place, man. See, a person who has nothing is more apt to worship the Lord because they got nothing to lose, or not much to lose. Okay, go ahead.
They're attached to their previous material investments. Yes. Hare Krishna. Slender one. The wealthy hardly ever worship me. Marriage and friendship are proper between two people who are equal in terms of their wealth, birth, influence. Yes. They're equally in charge, influence, physical appearance, and capacity for good progeny, but never between a superior and an inferior. Wow.
Read that again.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, this is great. Marriage and friendship are proper between two people who are equal in terms of their wealth, birth, influence, physical appearance, and capacity for good progeny, but never between a superior and an inferior.
Explain that, Tom.
There has to be some balance, otherwise it's then when one of the two is always on top, there's no balance, there's no peace. It's always quarrel.
Okay, so read it again. I want to share something.
Marriage and friendship are proper between two people who are equal in terms of their wealth, birth.
Yeah, see, marriage and friendship, equal in terms. So a devotee who surrenders to the Lord becomes qualitatively equal to the Lord in spiritual opulences. You see shining through those devotees the Lord's wealth. The Lord's wealth is not measured in material wealth. That may or may not be there. The Lord may come as a beggar or as a rich person, doesn't matter. It's spiritual wealth. The spiritual wealth to the Lord is love for his devotees, his devotional potency. See? And in this way, he can ascertain spiritual wealth. It's like a tool to go and do the mining, in a very valuable mine, is this love, this devotion. See? So marriage and friendship is not, it has to be between equals like that. That's called self-realization. That's the real guru. That's the real guru. Is your guru like that out there? Anybody? You know, is the spiritual power of God, you know, that power is to make people chant in ecstasy. Is that power coming through them? Is the power to chant in ecstasy coming through them? Because the Lord does that. He's chanting Radhe, 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 and Radhe doing the same thing. See, marriage between equals. Krishna, 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 and she's going Radhe, Radhe. They're both ecstatic. Your guru like that? Because that's the guru, is those kinds of qualities come through, and that's because they've got the marriage and the friendship amongst of equality with God in that way. But it's not Mayavadi equality, just equality in spiritual nature, surrendered devotees. That's the whole point here, so that people can relish that kind of relationship. There ain't nothing. You won't look for any other relationship. Once you got that one, man, you won't hanker for any other one. Something comes along your way, bodily or something, you might engage in it just to get over it. Yeah. See how much attachment you have to it. But this is it, man. This is where it's all going. This is the summum bonum. See? This is why this teaching is in 10th canto. Summum bonum, topmost. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I remember you previously said that the marriage can only work if the focus to Krishna is in the center.
Yeah, or God, you know. Yeah, it depends. Some people have different, it could be Krishna, it could be, in our line, it's more or less Krishna and Lord Caitanya, yeah.
But never between a superior and an inferior.
Yeah, you see, superior and inferior. This is why the Lord says, I'm not really attracted to those. I have so many devotees that are pious, worshiping me. Oh Lord, you're superior to me. I'm such an inferior. The Lord ain't too attracted to people like that. Unless they're in an ecstatic mood, and that's different. Because a devotee is relishing an ecstatic state of knowing their actual position of being very small before God. And that's very wonderful. Wonderful to God and but not in this pious thing. You can't have a deep relationship with God like that. No, it's very external still. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Vaidarbhi. Vaidarbhi. Not being far-sighted, you didn't realize this, and therefore you chose us as your husband.
You see how the Lord is joking with a very esoteric joke? But Rukmini is not quite understanding.
Yeah, that's always funny when when someone doesn't understand the joke. Oh, Darby. Not being far-sighted, you didn't realize this, and therefore you chose us as your husband, even though we are no good qualities and are glorified only by deluded beggars.
So explain that, Tom.
She is just in love on the heart level, and she's not she's not aware of material things. And
No, explain that the Lord says he has no good qualities. What is that about? Trick question.
We have no good qualities. I feel the good and the bad qualities are of the level of material modes of nature. That's good and bad qualities. Here are only pure qualities from the transcendental level.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's no good qualities. And see, people think good is the highest thing, right? Oh, good. And he said, we got no good qualities. You got no good bad qualities, all transcendental qualities. But you need this love for the Lord. See, this qualitative equality with the Lord, to love the Lord, to ascertain these things. Without this love, that's why the Vaishnavas are like they are now. In general, in the majority, they don't understand these transcendental qualities because their love for God, their prema, pure love of God, has not been awakened yet. They haven't gotten the gift. They need to get the gift. That's all. You come here, you'll get the gift very quickly. Otherwise, you'll probably be dying without it. So, do you want jewels? Do you want gold? Do you want to win the lottery 1,000 times over? Come here. Get the love of God and you perfect your life. In this life, you can go back to Godhead. Actually, you don't have to go anywhere. God will come to you wherever you are. You'll say, Hare Krishna. It's like a call. Come out, come out, come out, wherever you are. And he does, from his hiding place. Okay, go ahead.
Now you should definitely accept a more suitable husband, a first-class man of the royal order who can help you achieve everything you want, both in this life and the next. Wow. Kings like Shishupal, Shalva, Jarasandha, and Dantavakra all hate me. Oh, beautiful tight one.
Yeah,
And so,
Krishna, if you get one of these suitors, see, Shishupal, especially Jarasandha, was in the boat of goodness, even though he was a Kshatriya. He was a very strict follower of the rules and regulations of the Vedas, and he believed in Vishnu as God. So he was a religious person, very religious king. Never lied, gave charity to Brahmins, stuff like that. So Krishna's saying, hey, you should marry Jarasandha. Why are you bothering with me? You're going to get a good life in this life. See, you get a good life in this life. And the next, in the next, you're going to live again in the material world because that's only good. Okay? Yeah, you're going to get a good life in this life and the next. Yeah, it's good. Like Prabhupada, he said, oh yeah, just become a vegetarian, you'll get a good life. You become, born in again as a human being and stuff like that. But we're going deeper and not satisfied with that. See? Yeah, because if you come to Krishna, you will not materially live again. If you come to Sadhu Sangha like here, you will not materially live again. You'll spiritually live again. And that is forever. Otherwise, you're oscillating in samsara. This will get you out of samsara. In a way that Buddhism, where you have to do 100 lives before you do it, or Krishna consciousness, Narayana Maharaj was teaching, many lifetimes to really get out, get the prema to get out. See? But here is different from everything. It needs to be different to get people out.
Standard.
Huh?
Different standard, different way to measure.
Yeah. Well.
Real opulence. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Both in the life and in this life and the next. Kings like Shishupal, Salva, Jarasandha, and Dandavakra all hate me. Oh, beautiful tight one. And so thus your elder brother Rukmi.
So is that surprising? Why Jesus was hated by kings? See, people even in the mode of goodness, they consider Krishna a threat. It brings out their hatred. They don't want to lose control. See, the demigods are the controllers, generally. Sometimes the demons win and they get control. It's always back and forth, But they like to be controllers. They like to be in control. And therefore they hate people that are outside of their jurisdiction that they can't control. See, that's a devotee. You can't control a devotee. You can't control their behavior. You can't control their actions and how they act. You can't control their mind. See, because they identify with what? The spiritual body. They don't identify with the mind. They see what's going on with people who are trying to control by the mind. You know, because they're outside of the jurisdiction. See, they're like the demigods and the demons, but in a beautiful way. Right? They're more controllers. See, so and they control in a different way. The real devotees are actually controllers also of so many things. It's a verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. If you are satisfied with surrender to the Lord, He will make you a controller of so many things in this world. Right? Because your will and His will are in alignment now. Yeah? He'll make you a leader to lead people back to the transcendental kingdom of God. People will give their control over of their destiny to you, because by being in your association is very attractive. Okay? They can see Krishna controls by attraction to love, loving attraction. And when you have that kind of controller, a devotee being used to like the Pied Piper to pipe your way back to the kingdom, and help you come along there. It's very attractive. That's not about manipulation. It's attraction. Like, wow, man, I just want to follow this person. Called followers, right? Usually to get followers, you got to be manipulated in some way. Yeah, you're manipulated by material opulences. You think, oh, this person is very wealthy. I think I want to be like them. Yeah. And other things, many, many ways of manipulation in this world. Lies, cheating, deceptions. That's a way of control. That's what the demons use. That's what's going on now, mostly. But this control is great because the devotee is controlled by this love also, and so they just teach that, how to be controlled by loving ecstasy. Right there, River? Do you like that? The way of being controlled? Yeah. It's great, man. Yeah. Who likes those other old kings, man? All they did was mess up your life, put you on a machine, put pressure on your kidneys and all these crappy things they've done to you. Go ahead, Tom. Actually, River's turn.
Are you on 19? There, Tom? Is it 19 or 20? 19, I think.
Let me see. Okay.
I think it's 19.
Yes, right.
Okay. Thank you, Maharaj. Thanks, Tom. Okay. Text 19. Jai Shri Guru Hari Das. It was to dispel the arrogance of these kings that I carried you away, my good woman, for they were blinded by intoxication of power. My purpose was to curb the strength of the wicked. We care nothing for wives, children, and wealth, always satisfied with ourselves, within ourselves. We do not work for body and home, but like a light, we merely witness. Sukadev Goswami said, Rukmini had thought herself especially beloved by the Lord because he never left her company. By saying these things to her, he vanquished her pride, and then he stopped speaking. Goddess Rukmini has never before heard such unpleasantries from her beloved, the Lord of the universal rulers, and she became frightened. A tremor arose in her heart, and in terrible anxiety she began to cry. When her tender foot, effulgent with the reddish glow of her nails, she scratched the ground, and tears darkened by her eye makeup, sprinkled her Kumara reddened breast. There she stood, face down, her voice choked up by extreme sorrow. Rukmini's mind was overwhelmed with unhappiness, fear, and grief. Her bangles slipped from her hands, and her fan fell to the ground. In her bewilderment, she suddenly fainted. Her hair scattered all about her body, fell to the ground like a plantain tree, blown over by the wind. Seeing that her beloved was so bound, seeing that his beloved was so bound to him in love, is it his? Seeing that his beloved was so bound to him in love that she could not understand the full meaning of his teasing. Merciful Lord Krishna felt compassion for her. Isn't it so that he used to tease her a lot, actually, Rukmini, so that she'd get over any bits of pride and little things that are left. He'd say things to her like, oh, like he's saying here, oh, you shouldn't be with me. You should be with these kings. You know, you're in the wrong class. You should be. But she was getting so scared and upset that he was going to leave her because he's saying that she should leave him and go back to the kings, to that standard, that external standard. And he would just joke with her. And she
It's not material. This is all spiritual things. You see, these are ecstatic states she's experiencing. She never heard her Lord speak such wonderful words. These are such deep truths. They cause in her an ecstasy also. People, this is not a material relationship. This is a spirit relationship with a highly elevated devotee, you know, and fainting, all that stuff. This is all symptoms of ecstasy. You see, it's a great wonder. Devotees, they get very ecstatic hearing very deep truths from a spiritual, connected person, you know, to the point of ecstasy.
okay. Text 26. The Lord quickly got down from the bed. Manifesting 4 arms, he picked her up, gathered her hair and caressed her face with her lotus hand, wiping her tear-filled eyes with her breast, which was stained by tears of grief. The Supreme Lord, the goal of his devotee, embraced his chaste wife, who desired nothing but him. O King, expert in the art of pacification, Sri Krishna tenderly consoled pitiable Rukmini, whose mind was bewildered by his clever joke.
Yeah, you see, Krishna's devotee desired nothing but him. So that is pretty impossible in this world of Kali Yuga now. And most people don't have that qualification. They don't even know who God is. So he wants to give the love of God. This is what our do. They give us the love right off the bat, this attraction, so that we start to see that, perceive that, wow, your name is the most attractive opulence in this world. Your pastimes are the most attractive opulence in the world. And gradually, or quickly actually, you begin to see that, like Rukmini, you see that the Lord is the only object worthy to really desire in this world from your heart. It satisfies your heart. That can't be satisfied any other way. That's why this is a great mercy for, what we're doing here, giving this love of Krishna so easily is a great benediction for the world, and this is, otherwise people, they usually die without this. If you don't make this connection or with another devotee that is empowered to distribute this, which who knows if there are, I haven't seen any. They're all great talkers, and great prancers, like these show horses. You ever seen those show horses? And they walking prancing around and wow, they look really important. They're great at prancing. But where's the deliverance, man? Where's the delivery? See, deliverance. See, delivery means love for Krishna. Where's that love manifested? Because if that love is manifested in the hearts of real disciples, then you get Krishna automatically, easily. Oh, the love is there, and then all of a sudden Krishna appears. Now you're complete. The worship is complete. There's nothing. You don't need any external rules and ceremonies and paraphernalias to complete the sacrifice. No. You got your love for the Lord completes the whole sacrifice. Everything is complete in this love for God. Yeah? Krishna is very attracted to love. He just appears immediately, and everything's perfect. Okay? Everything's perfect at the appearance of the Lord. Just like Dhruva Maharaj, he had all these desires in Bhagavatam. All these desires Dhruva had. He wanted to be king. He engaged in devotional service with motive. See, all these desires. He wanted the big kingdom to be as bigger than his father, and money. He wanted revenge and all this stuff. Krishna appeared after 6 months of very intense austerity. What happened? All his desires were fulfilled, just the appearance of the Lord. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Everything was fulfilled in you. And the Lord said, no, I come here to give you a boon. I want to give you a kingdom bigger than your father's and all that stuff, because that's what you want. No, I don't want. I want just you. That's it. I'm satisfied. He says, okay, I got you. You got me now. But I'm also going to give you the kingdom. So he gave him both. Seek the kingdom of God. How would you like to have what Jesus had? Huh? Oh, how dare you say, have what Jesus have? Who? Oh, that's really arrogant. Oh, well, no. Hey, man, that's what it's about. To have what Jesus has. How would you like to have what Lord Caitanya has? Oh, that's a mini lifetime. Prema. Yeah, well, anyway, that's what we do here. That's the order. That is the blessing. That those who come here, your prema, your love, your attraction for the Lord will develop very quickly. It already has in so many people. Check it out. No, there's no blind belief, no hook or crook, no manipulations. Ooh, no material control, no lies, no deceptions, no false appearances. No, just the real thing. Come here, see people got love of Krishna. See people delivered even now, right before your eyes. Well, who is this crying? I'm not this laughing. Oh, I'm a devotee of Krishna. We know that Krishna never cried and Lord Caitanya never cried. He never laughed. He never did any of those things. We know all that. We're experienced devotees, man. We know all about bhakti. Yeah, sure. See, that's what it's all about, is what the Lord brought here, is this to worship God in intimacy and ecstasy, informally, and in freedom. Freedom in this worship, man. This is true freedom. No guru can come to me and say, how dare you, Gaura Haridas, how dare you, Jayapataka, you all can come in big king. You can come and you can try that. How dare you take the name, what is the name? Bhaktivedanta. How dare, we didn't give it to you. It doesn't matter, man. My disciples are better. They have more qualification than you. I'm not controlled by you. I'm controlled by loving, ecstatic devotees. Disciples or real guru, it doesn't matter. Could be a donkey. If a donkey has ecstatic love, I feel surrendered. I'll kiss the donkey's feet. Why not? If my God is awake in them, it's better than kissing the feet of 1,000 gurus who don't have any love of God. Give me a donkey with love of Krishna, I'll kiss its hoof. And I'll turn it around so it kicks these other guys out of the way. I get the front hoofs, you get the back. Go ahead. Actually, you know what?
A question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So is it like, like now as being in transcendental and more on that platform, sometimes there's experiences that we go through. Is Krishna joking about with us and testing us, Maharaj, so we don't get attached to certain experiences? Does he kind of make a joke with us so we kind of get through an attachment or through some difficulty?
Say that again. I didn't quite understand.
It's like I don't know. Maybe I'll ask you another time, Maharaj, because I'm not explaining it very well. So.
Okay.
This whole life is a joke and a joke. Yes.
Well, yeah, but sometimes we're attached to water things and they don't seem like a joke. Like, Maharaj, like things with the disturbances in the body, and our attachments to those things. Certain things happen and they can be deemed as really horrible, but actually it's kind of a joke to see how quickly we get over it. Does that make sense in a way? Maybe, I'll speak to you about it another time.
Yeah.
You were going to say something, Maharaj.
Yeah, well, let's see. Let's see what people are saying on the chat here. We are liberated even in this life. Yeah. The demons are needed to churn the waters. Yeah, they're part of it. The demons and the demigods, and they churn the waters, and we're also churning the waters. We're churning the waters of ecstatic devotional life. It's a churning. And see, different things come from different types of things churned. This is, we are in that whole dark hole. It's snowing in Germany, big time. I wonder if you guys got it. They claim that you guys don't have any energy and all that stuff over here. Is that true? You guys have heating, everything is going on in England and Germany and all that.
Which is very expensive.
The quality of the food is really low in the shops.
Is it?
Yes, it's decreasing year after year after year. Everything is smaller and less nutrients in it. It's logical. You were very lucky. You said you get your food from the local farmers, and that there is still a quality in that.
Yeah. Well, in your case, maybe get some canned foods and stuff, and stock away grains or whatever you need a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. A lot of comments here. Okay. I think that's good. I'm going to take a break here a little bit. Hare Krishna, everybody. See you soon.
Hare Krishna. Bye, Tom.